Good morning, middle schoolers. Wanted to take an opportunity to welcome you back to the 2020-2021 school year. If you're like me, you're really excited to be back here at school and probably a little nervous given the situation with the virus, but understand that we are thrilled to have you back, and I can't wait to get to know everybody with my fifth graders and all of my new students, as well as reconnect with the other kids. I've really missed you, and I think it's great that we're all back. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our motto this year. Our motto is steady as she goes. It's a nautical term that is used when you talk about sailing and boating, where you run into situations that are difficult and that you're not quite sure how to address. Something like we had in March, and with the move to this new building, another one that has kind of changed our world as a staff. But steady as she goes is a concept where you deal with those situations and you figure out the best way to utilize them to continue on your course. And that's what we intend to do. We want to, our course is provide a high quality class day for you and make sure that you get as much out of school as you possibly can. So really that's our main goal. And with that, one of the things that we have to deal with is they call them the mitigation strategies, the things that we need to do in order to ensure that we're as safe as possible. And at HMS, we're going to make sure that everybody understands that if you're not feeling well, you need to make sure that you stay home. Also, stay 6 feet from others as much as possible. I know that all of our classroom teachers try to organize their things so that everybody is as far away from each other as possible in the classroom, and it may feel a little bit like we are not able to do some things that we have done in the past. A lot of the collaboration, it's just going to have to be from a distance instead of in our pods, and it's going to feel a little bit different, but just understand, our main focus on all of these strategies is we want the same thing. We want to be here. We want to have face-to-face instruction when at all possible. So everything that we're doing and asking you to do, it's in everybody's best interest to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves and taking care of others. Also need to practice frequent hand washing. Make sure that you're using soap and water, and you do a good job with that. You have optional use of face coverings when able to do so safely and correctly. And if you have any questions about how to do that, be talking to your teacher. We also have some signs hung up as far as best ways to do that. Also, we're going to maintain a frequent cleaning schedule. The teachers are responsible for cleaning their desks in their room, and so if you have questions or you have concerns, you can talk directly to your teachers about that. Just a reminder about the symptoms of COVID-19. The high-risk symptoms are a new cough, shortness of breath or difficulty in breathing, and new loss of taste or smell. The low-risk symptoms include fever, headache, muscle and body aches, fatigue, sore throat, runny nose, congestion, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Students and staff members should remain home when sick. Students or staff with any high-risk symptom or 2 or more low-risk symptoms should stay at home and are advised to seek an evaluation by a healthcare provider. Staff changes here at the middle school. We have a new 5th and 6th grade band teacher. Corgan Peterson is his name. We'll call him Mr. Peterson. We've kind of joked around. I think Mr. Peterson, Mr. Mark Peterson, is going to be called Mr. P around here. So Mr. P and Mr. Peterson. We also have Hayden Atkins, Mr. Hayden Atkins, who will be a special ed teacher for 5th through 8th grade. We also have Lindsay Holst, who is teaching 7th and 8th grade science, and then 2 sections of the directed studies for 5th and 6th grade. We also have Angie Mayer, who is an English teacher, will be teaching literacy for 5th and 6th grade. Also, we have Mark Fisher. He is a high school teacher that will come here and teach 1 section of algebra right away in the morning. Also, we have Geraldine Bootsma as an associate. Jade Gonerman is an associate here. And then Melissa Gallardo, who will be a cook here. And so we want to welcome all of those people. Our school is organized in a similar structure. We just have 2 sections in 5th grade, 3 sections in 6th, and then 2 again in 7th and 8th grade. The bell schedule will stay the same as it did last year, and early and late starts will be the same as well. Also, 7th and 8th grade schedules will change at quarter time. We just have 4 changes, and they will flip like they have done in the past. Not last year, but the previous years. Wanted to let you know just what our enrollment is. Currently, we have 189 students. We have about 5 or 6 right now that are going virtual, but wanted to welcome all the new students, which would include all of the 5th graders, so welcome to all of you. And then also to these students new to the building would be in 5th grade, Lillian Denbesti. In 7th grade, Ashaya Betts Murphy. Also in 5th grade, Natalie Daigle. In 8th grade, Jonah Moore. In 6th grade, Lillian Myers. In 7th grade, Kaylee Newkirk. In 7th grade, Margot Wilson. In 7th grade, Kyler Wadsley. In 6th grade, Ellie Kiltz. Also in 6th grade, Carolyn Ramos. And in 5th grade, Thalia Rodriguez. And 7th grade, Trinetta Hayes. So welcome to all of you new students. We are going to do our best to make sure that we provide a quality education to you and make you as comfortable as you can be early on. So please, students, welcome them, and we'll take it from there. Just incidentally, moving away or starting at a different school, Draven Cruz and Cesar Norum and Juan Norum, Josiah Groneweg, and Hannah Reinert. Reminder that all visitors will have visitor passes, and it'll look like a badge around their neck. Make sure that if you see somebody that you're not comfortable with, always just talk to a teacher. At lunch, things have changed quite a bit, so I just wanted to let you know, to make it go faster, we are not selling a la cartes or entrees just for the first 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for 5th through 8th grade, and then 5th grade for a little bit longer than that. I did assign seats in your Oreo groups. We're trying to keep kids with their Oreo groups as much as possible. Just know that that is a temporary thing, and that I'm going to let you guys choose your assigned seats here probably in a week or so. And just be patient with that, but know that you'll get your own seats as long as you're doing a good job in there. Make sure you know what your 4-digit library number is. You will not be punching it in individually, as we want as few hands on the keypad. So just know what your 4-digit library number is. And currently we're not going to have a salad bar, but we will get that back when we can, when the guidance is that it will be safe and done well. Remember that the lunchroom is a little slower at first, and be patient. Also, to minimize disruptions during regular classes, you can always use the restroom with permission right after you're finished eating. So with that, morning expectations, I'm going to ask that all students be not in the building until 8:20 unless you're eating breakfast. I will let kids walk through the building from the front to the back. You can use the main door for that, and then just go out to the playground. We will have people just standing out in the playground. We may have some kids sit in the bleachers eventually, but it's going to be kind of low key initially in the morning. Also, there's a different situation with with no shuttles running. So we have 6 buses. Bus 15 is Russ Meyer. Bus 10 is Mark Peterson and Kevin Soden. And bus 19, Brad Mendring. Those were the 3 buses that will be loading here in the afternoon. And then loading second here would be bus 12, which is Jason Vanderberg, bus 7, which is Bernie DeBoer, and bus 11, which is Jeremy or Buddy Nischel. And we will still have a sports bus, a sports shuttle. Mr. Smith will still be doing that, but just understand we'll start that on Wednesday. A reminder that your assignment notebooks are the schools. Make sure that you take good care of them. And I don't want you to put a bunch of graffiti or don't rip them up or anything like that. Cell phone policy is the same as what we've had in the past. When you come in the building, make sure that they're off. And then you could turn them back on when you get out of the building. Also, one thing that I am going to permit is in the play or on the playground before school, just before school, not during recess. You can have your cell phones on before you come in the building. Chromebooks, they will be handed out. Most of you got them back to school, but if not, they've got them today. You should get the same one that you had last year, or if there was an issue, something different. But make sure you're taking care of them. It's your responsibility to charge them every night at home, and it's important as we're going to be going on Google Classroom quite a bit initially to try to get that organized and make sure that everybody is conscious of how that whole thing runs. We're thrilled to have you back here at the middle school. I could tell you from my own personal experience, it was pretty tough in the spring to not have kids around, and I'm just thrilled that you're back, and make sure that we're all doing our part to make sure that we can stay back. And that's the thing that we really want to continue here. So just be smart about things and be careful about things. If you see me walking around with a little bit of a limp, know that I had a major ankle surgery and I'm just now transitioning back into a shoe. So if you see me with a boot or a limp, just know that things are going well, and I've just got to be really careful over the next couple of weeks, but things are going very, very well there. I consider it to be an honor to be part of your education, and make sure you honor yourselves and do your best work all of the time. Thank you, and now listen to your teacher, and they'll give you further instructions.